Hello, families. How are you? And welcome to McNichols Plaza Orientation. I just realized that I was chatting and introducing myself and my mic was on mute. So bear with me, please. But welcome. My name, and if you've already heard me, I apologize. Okay, we're good. I may be checking my phone periodically. That's because. How are you? Welcome to McNichols Plaza Orientation. I just realized that I was chatting and introducing myself. Haha, see that? We'll get through this together. Okay. Again, I apologize. My name is Miss Ardestani. I'm the principal of McNichols Plaza Elementary School. I will be doing an overview for virtual learning, more like an orientation or open house this evening. Majority of this is applicable to the elementary schools across the district. So if you're not from McNichols Plaza, please, you're welcome, stay. This is my first time streaming a Zoom live to YouTube, but posting on Facebook and our school webpage. So bear with me. We're all learning together as we move on to this new path of virtual learning and distant learning. So maybe 20% of this will be specific to McNichols Plaza, but please join us. Welcome. Mrs. Doherty is in the Zoom with me, and she's going to be monitoring the Facebook chat box as well as the YouTube channel chat box. So if there's something specific that wasn't answered or that you need to know, you can put it in there and we'll try to address it. If it is not addressed this evening, please email me or fill out the Google form that was shared on our website regarding return to school. I know a lot of the questions were specific to your child, so I may address them now or reach out to you at a separate date. All right, so let's begin. All right, so our agenda, we're just going to go over house rules. We're going to talk about calendar and the start date, parent home access, platform overview, daily schedule, attendance, virtual expectations, materials and resources, the parent role, communication, any services, important dates, and finally, any questions that I did not answer. And I have to say and apologize in advance if I don't get to all your questions. I promise you'll get the answers that you want. It just may take time. So the house rules, again, I have already said that our questions will not be live during the session, but you can submit them at the end. Mrs. Doherty is going to monitor that for me so that if there's something that I didn't address during this, we can address it. Please remember that chat box is intended for specific questions regarding the start of school and the platform, and refrain from any negative comments. Appreciated. Thank you. So the 2021 school year, our first day of school is September 8th, this coming Tuesday after Labor Day, and the first quarter will be virtual. Letters for McNichols Plaza students were sent home. Ms. Gail sent them home last week, so you should have received them by today. If for some reason you didn't receive it before the start of school, it is okay, because we will be hosting a Meet the Teacher, and you can also email myself or Ms. Gail for any information that you need. Our first week of school next week, we will be getting acclimated with virtual learning and expectations for our students. This, although we will be using a similar platform that we did in the spring, it will be more rigorous. It'll be a little different. So Google Classroom will still be in effect, but we do have a brand new platform that we're excited to use that will keep the students on track, and it's great for parents to access and use. So we'll get acclimated with virtual learning and expectations, learning that platform, and then talk about material distribution. Parent home access. So the first letter, well, all included, but included in that, the first letter in the packet that was sent home was parent home access. Parent home access can be accessed through the Scranton School District website under the parent tab. And this is where you can access not so much their virtual schedule, but the schedule of classes they're enrolled in and the teachers that are assigned to those classes, as well as, see their attendance. This is where you would find their report cards at the end of the quarter and any demographic information. So here, if you're saying, hey, I'm missing all of your one calls, Ms. Ardestani, or I'm not getting something in the mail, under the parent home access, you can see all the information that's listed for your child. So your name, your address, phone number, and verify if they're correct. And if they're not correct, then you should contact the main office or the school secretary to update that information. The platforms that we'll be using this year, and two you're familiar with, the last one is new, Clever. So Clever is the portal. This is where we store applications and where your child's username and password can be stored so that for everything we use, they don't have to enter their username and password over and over. On our school website and on our school Facebook, these three links, Clever, Google Classroom, and Accelerate, have how-to videos on how to access and use them. If you go to Clever, you can get there through the Scranton School District website. Excuse me, you can get there through the Scranton School District website under the parent or student tab, and every username for all these platforms is the same. It's your child's reverse initials and their 7-digit code. So that special unique code that will follow them all the way through high school, this is their username. So at the elementary level, it looks like an email account, but at the elementary level, they don't have active emails. It's just a Google account. So it's their reverse initials and again, that code at ssdedu.org. We also have the Google Classroom platform, which you are familiar with from last year. This is where you will primarily communicate, or teachers will communicate expectations and assignments. That will be the go-to every morning where you can see what needs to be done. So if a teacher has a morning meeting or a live session planned, that's where it will be posted and be able to be accessed. I'm going to open up my tab and it'll take me right to a Google Classroom. So when you sign in for the first time, elementary passwords were reset to SSD Google. And when you log in, it's going to prompt you to change that. So when you change it, just make sure that you write it down and keep it somewhere so that it's easy for you to access. When your child signs on, you will see all of their classroom teachers have sent them an invitation for the first day of school. So you will click and accept on each classroom so that they can enter. A couple of things that I wanted to address. If you're entering through the Clever portal, it will take you right here. If you choose to go to classroom.google.com and you're using, say, a tablet or a cell phone or even your personal device, you want to make sure on this icon in the corner, and on a tablet and cell phone, I believe it's on the left-hand side, you want to make sure that that is your child's account. So as you can see, mine is mina.ardestani@ssdedu.org. If you have multiple children sharing a device, this is also where you would switch their accounts. You would just click on that and it will give you the option to switch from account to account. So if there's no other account listed, you would just hit add another account, and then your second or third child, whomever's sharing the device, can enter their information and you can swap between accounts. When you're in Google Classroom, let's see. Let me find a classroom. This was just a practice classroom that I made. No students are in it right now. This was just for me to play around and show you. Here, when you sign on into that classroom, you'll see the title of the teacher's name and whatever course it is. Right here, this may not always be active, but this is where you'll have a Meet for Google Meets. We will not be using Zoom with students this year. It will be Google Meets, which is a similar live streaming communication tool or platform. And teachers will either keep the link active and let you know what times and dates to join, or they will share it when they're ready for you to join. Clicking on that link will invite them to have a face-to-face with the teacher. All assignments that are posted in the classwork tab will come up in the stream. Assignments that have due dates on them will also be listed here on this tab. Classwork is where you really want to go. The stream is great and shows the most recent notices, but they get moved to the bottom as you progress through. So when you click on classwork, teachers may have different topics on the side that you want to click on. It may say attendance. For an attendance question, it might be a specific to math, ELA, reading, and you can click on each tab and navigate through, and they will pop up and you can see your links here. I'm just going to click on this daily attendance. This is just a practice assignment, but I'm looking at this from a teacher perspective, from a parent or student perspective. When you click on that assignment, it will have your child's name. It will not look like this. It will take you specifically to what they need. and the directions on what needs to be done. Let's go back to our presentation. Google Classroom is a great tool and a great way to submit any work on your school camera. So if you borrowed a Chromebook, or maybe you have your own personal device, on these devices, cameras are installed. One great tool, and we will share a video later on our school's page, is to easily have, if your child is not good with typing, or you just would rather paper pencil for them, they can write out their work and do their assignments and then hold it up in front of them and snap the picture on their cameras and submit it. So we will share directions on how to do that on our page. And this week, really, your teachers will be getting you acclimated and ready. And I know we're all wondering what's going to happen, but I promise you, they have been preparing and working hard, and we will get through this together. Our last platform is Accelerate Education. So Accelerate Education is where you will get your primary instruction. This is where we differ from the spring. There is a scope and sequence, or a curriculum that's aligned to our school's curriculum that you will follow and your children will follow. This module, let's take you to the page. Through Clever, you can access this Accelerate Ed portal, and you may see different terms like Genius or CAOLA. They're all synonymous for all intents and purposes, but here's where you will log in with your child's information. This letter was also sent home regarding login information. It will be the same as the Clever and the Google account. Uh-oh. These things happen. We just have to be patient. Okay, I will come back to this for you. And we will revisit this. I apologize. I'm not sure why it's not logging in. Let me try one more. Mrs. Doherty's texting me. See, this is why I need someone on with me that can assist. All right. Okay. So thank you, Mrs. Doherty, for saving the day. So this is the portal that we sign on to. And obviously a teacher perspective may look a little different than a child's perspective, but overall you will see the same thing. And again, a video on how to access this is posted on our school's website and our school Facebook. I'm not going to jump into the teacher portal the student portal just yet. I think we'll save that for the end if we have time and if Mrs. Doherty's available and can jump in. But I just wanted, as a parent, to show you quickly the dashboard on the side. When you sign in, as you can see, it says enrollments by PACE, enrollment activity. This portal, although it couldn't be overwhelming when you look at it, will really let you know where your child's at. When you first sign on and take a look at the platform, it will let you know the courses your child is enrolled in. It will let you know the activity. So if they're on track or not. So if they're enrolled in first grade ELA, it will say first grade ELA, and then immediately it will let you know if they are falling behind, if they're on pace, or if they're moving ahead. It'll also show you activity and the teacher, the activity. So if they've signed on and how many minutes they've been on and active. So Accelerate Ed, as I said, mentioned before, you might hear the term buzz, Genesis, CAOL, or NOLA. They all are synonymous with each other. Accelerate Ed is the curriculum. It is the platform. However, NOLA and COLA are kind of the umbrella and everything falls underneath. With Accelerate Education, as I said before, this is where your core instruction is coming from. Your teachers will be providing science, social studies, English, math instruction through this platform. There will be videos to watch. There will be specific assignments and activities that they can post. This will also be a means to communicate with the teacher, child, with the teacher or you as well. Google Classroom is always an option, but this too can help you communicate. And if you're on a lesson with your child and have something specific, you can jump right into the platform and ask that question regarding whatever activity you are on. So the elementary schedule. The elementary school day is 8:10 a.m. to 2:25 p.m. That has not changed. That is the teacher schedule. Teachers will be posting their schedule as to when they will be going live or having their synchronous sessions for you to see. Your child's schedule can vary. We understand that with us being virtual, some parents work during the daytime. They may be with child care provider. You might have multiple children who can't get on at the same exact time, and that is 100% understandable. So teachers will be posting any live sessions they have, but they will also be recording lessons for you to access at a later time if you're not able to get on at that specific time. This is just an example of a schedule. This is not a first grade schedule for our students right now. I just wanted to show you something that they would be sharing with you. So they will share with you a schedule that your child should follow or could follow as if we were in school. If you are able to be home and follow the daily routine, that's wonderful. They can wake up, have their breakfast, have their morning meeting, and progress through their day as if they were in school. So teachers will share that with you. But ultimately, teachers, parents, students, we're all working together on this, and we need to do what's best for our students and what's most convenient and helpful to our families. Again, the teachers will be available from 8:10 to 2:25. But if you are unable, and I am going to be in the same situation when I am at work, when I get home, we'll start our day sometimes not until 4 or 5 o'clock at night. And we understand that. So as long as all students are logging on daily and working on their assignments daily, because we will be taking attendance, they will be fine. Teachers will have built-in office hours in their schedule so that they can call you, you can reach out to them. They may have Zooms with parents regarding any issues or concerns that you have, or specifically questions that students have. Students will participate in PE, music, and art. PE, music, and art teachers will have a Google Classroom, so it's important for your child to make sure that they accept those invitations and visit their teachers. With those subject areas, there is a little more flexibility. Your teacher might tell you, today we have music, but you're focusing on math or you're focusing on ELA, or maybe music is your child's favorite subject and they want to save it for the end of the week because they want to save the best for last. That's fine. Teachers will be posting their lessons and their recordings, but you have a little more flexibility with the related arts. Maybe the math lesson that they're working on is taking a little longer than expected, or they really just want to dive in. And as long as they visit their Google Classroom for art, PE, and music and complete that one assignment per week, they will be on track. Attendance. Daily participation, as I said, is expected and required. Again, we are a little different than we were in the spring. All students are expected to participate daily. We understand that your home environments change from house to house, and that is okay. Just reach out to the teacher or myself and we can communicate on what works best for you and your family. But again, flexible scheduling is okay. All work should be completed by the end of the day. And with the accelerated platform, it does give you a little more freedom and leeway and tells you what should be done by the end of the week to stay on pace. But within the Google Classroom, your teachers will post what the expectation is. So it will vary between subject area and grade. Live sessions that are held will be recorded and available. So if one of the teachers is doing direct instruction and is going to be going over phonemic awareness and practicing their letters and their sounds with their 5- and 6-year-old students, it will either be pre-recorded and they'll go over it during a live session, or they will do it live and then share it with you later. Students that do not participate or complete a day's assignment will be marked absent, similar to as if we were in person. So it's important. And again, it is okay if we would love for you to participate in every live session, but we know that that may not always be the option. So you will have access to the materials and the resources that the teachers are providing. Virtual expectations. So again, teachers week one, we'll be talking about what the expectation is. When we're online, how do we behave? It's important that we collaborate together at home and at school. During the school year, and any of our returning McNichols Plaza families, you can ask them what it means to rise up and ask them what feathers are, and they will be able to tell you. Our motto for our school-wide positive behavior, where we're reinforcing positive behaviors when we're in person, will continue virtually. Respect, integrity, safety, and excellence. So our school-wide positive behavior team got together and they came up with these expectations for virtual learning that will be shared with our students. So in a virtual environment, what does it look like to be respectful? Being a good classmate and using kind words and comments, following the Google Meet expectations, paying attention and staying focused. What does integrity mean? Doing your own work and being honest, completing your work before submitting it. So this will be shared with our students in their Google Classrooms. But in addition to that, we will be sending home a blank template similar to this. It will say rise up and respect, integrity, safety, excellence with blank spots for you and your child to sit down and talk about what does it look like at home? What are the expectations, or how do you rise up when you're at home? How is home learning? How do you show respect? And then you guys can establish that at home. And it will be something that they're ready to tell you. When you let kids make the rules, they're hard on themselves. They're pretty good about it. So it's an important conversation to have because we've been a little bit out of a routine. Aside from coming back from summer vacation, we were thrown in this whirlwind in the spring and we need to get back on track. So these are important conversations to have that first week. As you can see here is a Google Meet expectations. And again, teachers will be sharing what the expectation is when they meet with your students and with your families. Something that's really important, even now, right now, when we're in a live session, I'm in a Zoom that's live with Mrs. Doherty and no one else is in it because we're streaming it out. But Mrs. Doherty has her mic off so that her background noise is not interrupting what I'm saying so that you can hear me clearly. So those are some of the things that teachers will be going over because those are important things to learn in a virtual environment. And safety, more importantly, we talk about not giving out passwords and being safe and good digital citizens. Materials and resources. So this week we've been distributing Chromebooks for families that put in the Chromebook request. Emails were sent out regarding pickup dates and times. We distributed Chromebooks Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and today. For the Accelerate Ed program, all students K through 5 will be receiving a math and an ELA workbook that aligns to the program. So you will have activities when you log on to your modules and it will give you something specific to do. Instead of having you try to manipulate a PDF virtually, which you can do, and it is easy, we have this resource because we know I'm a paper pencil person also. So it's very useful for you to have at home to review with your child. These are things that can be taken, pictures can be taken and uploaded to the Google Classroom or the Accelerated platform to submit your work. Our first and second grade students will be receiving foundations kits for home. So in the classroom, I don't know if you've ever heard your children at home go, A, apple, B, ball. Our K-1-2 teachers are constantly reinforcing to help children build literacy and fluency. And our Title I teachers are foundations experts, and these are things that they work on daily. So those kits, I don't believe will be delivered in time for our distribution day Tuesday, but when we do have them, we will reach out to families on how to distribute, as well as 4th and 5th grade novels. The Accelerate Ed platform does have novels and novel studies for students to do. And again, teachers will work with you and communicate with you. We did order new novels for our 4th and 5th grade students, so they will be receiving them when the shipment arrives. Our 5th graders will be receiving calculators to use. And finally, we will be giving a supply bag or a distribution bag. So this Tuesday, the first day of school, we'll be distributing all school supplies that are needed for the program and any additional materials that we have that will be useful. Our Chromebooks, our novels, our calculators, when we come back in person, those things will be things that you return and bring back to school. the parent or guardian role. On the district website, and we'll share it on our website and our Facebook, we are partnering with you, the parent. We need you for this to be successful. Your children need you. So the role of the learning coach is to help facilitate the learning, to help get students on track and make sure that they're where they need to be, guiding them through the lessons. You can discuss any concepts that are being taught with them, assisting them with any of the tools and the games, overseeing assignments. You can help facilitate just hands-on learning, and most importantly, just being positive about what's going on. I know I want to see all of you. I want all of your children in front of me every day. I want to see them outside and greet them and dance with them and hug them. But we have to put a pause on that right now. So more importantly, we just have to stay upbeat and stay positive about this virtual learning environment. It's new, but our children are going to become experts in technology by when this is all said and done. There are, again, videos for the role of the learning coach, and there's portals, there's how-to videos. So when you sign on with your child, it will help you navigate through. So we're not just throwing you in the deep end without the floaties. We'll give you the resources you need, and we're here to answer any questions that we can help you with. The learning coach resources are available, as well as an Accelerate Ed Family Learning portal that we will share with you so that you can access any how-to videos, telling you what you need for lessons, and just, again, how to navigate through everything. Learning from home. So it's important to maintain a routine, whatever that routine is. You may not be able to follow the 8:10 to 2:25 schedule, and that's okay. But getting a routine in place is important. Setting a schedule for your children is important, and creating a learning and workspace for them. We want to find a quiet space at home or wherever they're going to be that has minimal distractions. I love this, and I will be making one of these for myself too, but also for our boys. These are just dollar store trifold boards. So you can put their name on it and a schedule, a calendar, any resources they need. So you may not have individual desks or rooms that children can work at home, but if you get a table and put these trifold boards up, it gives them their own personal working space. So they have what they need to do for the day. They can have a schedule. So similar to when we're in school, they can even put their rise up expectations there as well. As I said earlier, teachers will be sharing a suggested schedule, and all that means is from, 8:10 to 8:20, a morning message will be posted. From 8:20, this is their schedule when they will be providing instruction live or available per subject area, kind of a guideline of what subject you should be working on when. Accelerate Ed also gives you a suggested schedule for our K2 or 3-5 families, and it's showing you, it's building in any kind of brain breaks, lunch, free time. It's giving you that freedom to move around. This is not the end all be all. You need to make what works best for you. But as you can see, it gives you time frames of how much time max you would be spending in that subject area. Communication. We will be sharing a Meet the Teacher slideshow that will bring you to each teacher's individual page on how to communicate with them. Not a Google Classroom page, but really just an informational, all about me, since you're not going to, the children won't be seeing them every day in person. So that's one means of communication that we'll be sharing out and how to communicate with them. The Remind or the Class Dojo. Teachers will be using one or the other. Last year, I did use Remind to communicate with families. I will no longer be using Remind, and I'll let you know what I'm replacing with. But the individual classroom teachers will be using one or the other as just another means to communicate. It's important that we have open communication back and forth. Google Classroom, of course, will be where assignments are posted, due dates and expectations are listed. And again, most importantly, when we're doing live sessions, that's where they'll be listed. One calls will come out weekly, if not weekly, bi-weekly. I will be sending them out. I'll actually be sending one out this evening when I'm done on this live stream. We post everything to our Facebook page, and I know that everyone may not have Facebook, so we do post it to our school website as well. The Accelerate Ed platform teachers will be able to send messages to your child and also make announcements through there. The school news app is what I'm most excited about. As you can see here, I posted the icon. If you go to the Play Store or the Apple Store and download School News by Edlio, anything that we post on our school website, if you download the app, you can find it on the app instead of going to the school website. And I can also push out text alerts. So when you download it, you can select the Scranton School District and specific to McNichols Plaza. If you have children in multiple schools, you can select each school so that you get the notifications from the school. So anything that's posted on their school website, you can access right there and push alerts. So similar to Remind, I can send out a text message through our website and it'll go to your phone as long as you have the notifications on. So that's important. Our school website and Facebook also have directions on how to do this. Every morning, and I haven't decided how yet, I'll be posting morning announcements. We'll do our pledge and have our normal routine as if we were in school. Last year during the spring when we were closed, it was done on Facebook Live and then shared. The links were shared to your child's Google Classroom. I'm going to see if we can figure out another way similar to this to live stream it to their classrooms each day. But there will be morning announcements for children. And then finally, next Friday, September 14th, McNichols Plaza, just for virtual learning, the building will be closing. And we will be working out of Kennedy Elementary. So I will be at Kennedy Elementary every Tuesday for you to reach me, and possibly Wednesday or Thursday. It does say Thursdays, but I might be switching between or all 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Ms. Gail and I will be there those days and you can call us there. And all of that information will come out in a one call and we'll post it with especially the contact information and how you can reach us. Services. So we will continue virtually our Title I services, students that may need a little extra support. We will have Google Classroom set up and be inviting families. Our student parent compact is posted on our school's website. Our transition plan for, entering kindergarten and leaving 5th grade and for new students is posted on our school website. We do have, I'll take you right there. It is right here on the McNichols Plaza page. So you can see our transition plan, our parent and family engagement policy. Every year, we usually have 4 parent and family engagement nights in person. We're going to get creative on how we can do this until we can be back in person together. A right to know letter regarding your children's teachers. And then again, the parent school compact in English and Spanish. And that is acknowledging, got it for you, a student's responsibility, a parent's responsibility, and the school responsibility. So all of this information again is available on our site. Special education will continue services as well as English language development. Those teachers will be doing live sessions, reaching out to families to host virtual IEP meetings, and again, students will still be receiving their services. We do have a student assistance program or a SAP program, which can be found on our website. But if you have some needs, maybe there's a change in behavior, maybe you just need extra support at home, you can put in a SAP referral and we can help find services or things that you need. But we also have a school-based behavioral health team, and they are here to support our teachers, to support our students, and to support our families. Sometimes students might need a little, just a positive role model or someone to give them a little boost or support them. And although we're not in person, the team is able to help you. So if you are struggling at home or you think maybe your child would benefit from having another adult role model in their life or some support, you can reach out to me or the team and I can give you more information regarding that. Upcoming events. So Monday, September 7th, I will be doing Storytime Live. Typically I do Snuggle Up Sundays every Sunday, but this week we'll be doing a back to school story Monday at 7 p.m. before the night before school starts, and that will be on our Facebook and will most likely be on our school website too, but that will be a live event. September 8th is the first day of school, and this is a school supply distribution. So teachers will be set up in the parking lot with masks, tables, and will be distributing all the supplies your child needs to be successful in virtual learning, any workbooks, any materials that they need, the Meet the Teacher forms so that you know how to get to communicate, but really putting a face to a name. And this is not a come for the whole day. The time frame is between 10 and 1. You can come, it's a stop and go. So you'll come for a few minutes, meet the teacher, introduce yourself, get what you need, and then go right back home so you can get logged on. That morning, there will be a morning message and activity posted for the first day of school. And I'll send a one call out later for additional information, but just to meet the teacher and stop by. If you're not available that day, that is okay. I'll be at the school for the week. So maybe you're not able to come and pick up the supplies on Tuesday. I will be at the school Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for you to do so. It is important for you to know children should be accompanied by adults. So we're not sending children to come pick supplies up. An adult should accompany you, and everyone should be wearing masks and following social distancing guidelines. We are not gathering. It's, as I said, it's a come and a go. What else? School supply distribution, 10 to 1. If you have any questions about it, please send me a message. A school lunch distribution. So we will be continuing the school breakfast and lunch distributions on Mondays and Wednesdays. This is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. starting next week. It will start on Wednesday. If school is closed because of a holiday, it will just pick up the very next day. But the schools that will be distributing lunches and breakfasts, again, Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 1 will be Scranton High School, West Scranton High School, John Kennedy Elementary, John Whittier Elementary, Neil Armstrong, and Isaac Tripp. So those schools will be distributing breakfasts and lunches. So I jumped through that faster than I expected. And I know there's probably quite a few questions. There's questions I may not have answered. I know some of the questions that came in were regarding your children specifically, their username and passwords, computers. As I said, computers were distributed this week based on those that signed up, and emails were sent regarding pickup times and dates, and username and password specific letters came home in the mail. So you should have received it by today. But if for some reason you didn't, Tuesday, if you come to the meet and greet, you can ask your teacher. So they'll have a list of username and password just in case, in the event that you didn't get the letter in time or it got stuck in the mail. So I'm going to just touch base with Mrs. Doherty real quick to see if there were any questions in the chat box. I know you probably want a deeper dive of the platform, but I really just wanted to give you an overview of what to expect next week and the first day of school. Your children's teachers will be sharing a lot of information with you, especially on Tuesday and this coming week of, we're doing this together and we're getting through this together. So more information will be coming. We will have open communication back and forth so that you're aware of what's going on. Let me go back in the slideshow because I just want to go back to Google Classroom and then Accelerate Ed. The Clever portal, again, tied to our Scranton School District website. This is what it looks like when you sign in. When you first sign on, it will ask you, let's try. When you first sign on, this is what you will see. Again, all students' usernames are reverse initial 7-digit code at ssdedu.org. You will log in with Google, not Clever, Google, because your password is stored, will store that way. Mine is already stored, so it takes me right in. Here you will see, these are some of the applications that you'll be using. Now, your teachers will set this up for you. You may see pages at the top if there's more than one teacher, but most importantly, this is where you access Accelerate Ed and classroom.google.com, both which can be accessed separately, but once you reset your password and store it, you can access these freely back and forth. We will share, well, we have shared, but we will still have it available, a parent guide for you. So this is, I guess, a cheat sheet, your parent guide that is available on our website. sorry, I'm reading the messages from Mrs. Doherty. If you have any questions, you can put it in the chat now. If there's something specific that I didn't cover that you want me to go back to and address, and I will do my best to answer it. But you can accept your Google invites now. Today and over the weekend, teachers will be populating. So if you know your child's username and password, or if you didn't get the letter yet, but you know their username, I'm telling you the password, you can go in and accept the invite to your child's classroom and be ahead of the game. So they will have invited you, and I'll walk you through the tab and show you that again. But this sheet, which is on our page and will be shared, is how to access the platforms: Clever, Google Classroom, Accelerate Ed, Home Access, and then how to download the EdLeo News app. Here and available for you. With Google Classroom, I'm going to switch accounts. See if I remember the username and password. I should. So I just signed into Kave's Google Classroom. He's a 5th grader at Prescott. So as you can see, I was experimenting and I invited him to one of my PE teachers' classrooms, but his music teacher, Miss P, because I don't want to slaughter her last name, has sent the invite. So this is what you'll see. It'll either say accept or join. So when you're going to accept the classroom, that's all you'll do is hit it. And once you do it, it will take you right in to that classroom. To switch between classrooms, you will hit these 3 bars. And again, if you're using a tablet or a phone, it will look a little different. But you'll switch on these bars and you can switch through classrooms right through here. To switch accounts completely, you'll select the little circle icon and the image there, and you'll be able to switch through Google accounts. Here again, the stream, anything that's posted will be updated and classwork will be listed. Switch back. Actually, let me try something real quick for you. I'm going to go to my fake Miss Ardestani classroom. So I can see that I have a due date on Tuesday. What did you eat for breakfast? I can click on it here. I can click on it in the stream, or I can click on it in my classwork. So I'm going to click on what did you eat for breakfast, which is due Tuesday, and I'm going to view the question. I can type my answer in right here, and every time you sign in, depending on how the teacher poses it, it will look different. So I'm just going to type, for breakfast I had bacon, and eggs. Now, where it says class comments, anything that your child posts will be visible to everyone if they post it here under that assignment. If they want to send the teacher a private message specific to what the post is, it would be posted under private comments, and that will go right to them. Once I complete my answer, I just hit turn in, and I'm done. It's important that when your children are hitting mark done or turn in, that the work is actually being submitted. All right. Let me go back. Now with this particular thing, this is more of a survey. So as people answer, you can see them. So if maybe the teacher wanted to take a poll, they can do it that way. I'm going to go back to the classroom, back to my classwork, and I'm going to do this daily attendance question. So this is set up a little different. View assignment. Now, what this is the teacher created a Google form for the student to fill out. So here's the daily attendance. This is what I need to do. I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to answer it. What is your name? Mina. What is today's weather? I think it was sunny today. And then submit. So this might be just something quick for them to do to see who logged on first thing in the morning or who logged on by the end of the day. And I'm done. I sent it. I'm going to go back to my classroom, and I know I'm done. So I'm just going to hit mark as done because I already turned it in. And then it'll be off my checklist and off my to-do list, and I don't have to worry about it. Let's look at practice writing your name. These are fake activities and assignments that I was trying to make up. I just so you know. Here, I shared a Google slide, and as you can see, the child's name is there. If the teacher is sending you something that they want you to edit, they will send you a copy specific to you. You can open it and comment on it. I already turned it in because I was playing with it, but here you can also view the assignment, and this is what it looks like every time you sign in. So the activity and the directions will be posted. I'm going to hit unsubmit real quick. If there's a problem and they sent you something that they couldn't open, as you can see, I commented it wouldn't open so that the teacher is alerted. Here I can write a message for anyone to see. If an assignment is given, and this is a lot of information I'm throwing at you with Google Classroom, so I apologize. And I can set up more tutorials for you on Google Classroom, but one thing that I really like about Google Classroom is, say an assignment was given, maybe your teacher says, I want you to go on a scavenger hunt in your bedroom and find 5 things that start with the letter B. Well, they didn't give you a worksheet to complete, and you certainly can take a picture if you want, but I can go to the Add or Create tab and open a Google Doc or a slideshow. So I'm just gonna hit Docs. So this is now gonna open up a Google Doc for me automatically because we have G Suite, so everything's Google products. It already has my child's name on it and the name of the assignment. So if the assignment was go on a scavenger hunt and 5 things that start with the B. So I can say ball, basket, book, baseball, and a bat. And turn in. Done. The teacher receives it and you're done. With our Accelerate Ed platform, I'm going to stop sharing my screen quickly, and I'm going to ask Mrs. Doherty if you don't mind joining us.
Okay, I'm on.
Hi.
Hey.
Thank you, Mrs. Doherty, for monitoring. I don't know if there's any questions that need to be answered, or I think maybe, I don't know if it was overwhelming and people are just processing. But Mrs. Doherty, she's probably not going to like this, but I'm going to call her the Accelerate Ed expert in our building. She's been playing and working and learning. And I signed on to her platform before, but I'm hoping, Mrs. Doherty, you're comfortable signing on quickly just to show a quick overview, because the demo one I had didn't work anymore.
Okay. Can I share my screen?
Yes. Working? I can make you a co-host. Oh, perfect.
Got it?
Yay. Thank you.
Sure. There we go.
I put you on the spot. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No worries. Okay, let me just go back here and show what the cards will look like the decks.
Okay.
Because that might be most useful, because that's what you'll look at when you log in. There they are. Okay. So here's the kindergarten ELA and math. Because I don't have any of our students logged in, I don't think I can do a good student view.
Okay.
And here are the activities.
So it's really drop and go, drop and go. So it's all self-explanatory once you figure out how to log on. So you log on to your module and you click and your pacing goes one right after the other.
Yeah, I tried as a student, but no, I can't do that, but
Okay.
let's see.
That's all right. Do you have the student demo account saved on your computer by any chance?
I had an, let's see. I think I was taken out of that, but I can try.
Okay. Bear with us, everyone. Thank you. It's so weird because I have no idea who or if anyone's watching without it being a Zoom where you're interacting.
25, we have 25.
Woo! Thank you for joining us.
Yay. Okay.
And as you, families, as you can see, it says keyboarding. You might see something that's coding. There are some enrichment courses that students can take. And I will tell you, the best class I ever took, and only best, I just mean useful, was my typing class in 9th grade with Mrs. Laurent on the keyboard so that I didn't have to go 1, 2, 3 with my fingers. I can type without looking. And so those courses, coding and keyboarding, would be a great tool for our students to start learning since we're on computers.
Okay, here's the test student. Let's see if I can log in. Yeah.
Yay. Oh, perfect. So this was the
Okay.
dashboard that I was referring to before and couldn't see. And in our how-to videos, it's there. But the academic snapshot, when students sign in, you'll see the courses they're registered in. And on the right is what I was referring to about pacing. Are they on track? And when you scroll all the way down, I believe, the activities should be on the right-hand side. Or is there? Oh, we passed it. Okay. These are all the courses possible. This won't 100% look like what your child's looks like. But as you can see, it shows the courses on the right that they're in. And then it will tell you how many minutes or how long they've been logged on. So here in ELA first grade, they were only logged in for 3 minutes during that course. So we'll track them and it'll help keep us all on track. I don't want to say honest, but for Kave, it might. And then when you scroll up, there's multiple ways to access the classroom. So you can actually click on the blue link to take you to that portal or under course information. And here, all the courses will be listed again.
Mhm.
And then click on the one. There we go.
Yep.
And back to where you were. So this is kindergarten, right? Yeah. Letter A.
Mhm.
And then, and correct me if I'm wrong, you cannot move ahead, right? You complete the activity, mark done, and then you can go to the next one. So
You're exactly right. Yeah.
perfect. So for our families, as you can see, if you see the little icon, there's audio for you. So I know that some people might struggle and say, oh, I need directions. There's audio for you to listen, to hear. So if students are working independently. And on the left-hand tabs, and then there's perfect, the video, but on the left-hand tab, aside from the table of contents, there's the Learning Coach tab, which will tell you exactly what the expectation is for that lesson, that week, that module, so you know what you need and what we're going to do. So it's all there for you to use. And then when you complete the assignment, it's grayed out now, but at the bottom you can see mark this activity complete. This, because it's not an actual student that's enrolled, we can't submit. But and I know this isn't a deep dive of how to use the program, but just so you're familiar when you first sign on to the platform, we really want to encourage you to just go through each tab, play, get familiar, and again, setting those routines with families so that with your children, so they know this is work, this is real schoolwork. We're going to get rolling and we're going to do what we need to do. And again, it's all lined out for you. Okay. And then reports, gradebook, people, editor, it's all there. And you can switch between classes, it looks like, on that tab too. So moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, aunts, uncles, whoever's watching and looking at this going, oh my goodness, I promise you it'll be okay. Again, you just need to go in and dive in and play around. we're not starting Accelerate Ed next week, so it'll give you time to go in through the platform to see what you need and then come up with your list of questions to say, how do I do this or what do I need to do? Accelerate Ed will start on September 14th. We will be really diving in with the students. This coming week, we'll be doing some baseline academics to see where we're at, see what we're missing, reviewing, getting kids caught up, talking about expectations, and teaching students, walking through this, letting them know what it looks like. So we have time to breathe, right?
Yes, and also don't be concerned about the materials list. There might be some things that it's asking you to have and you won't have it at your house, and that's perfectly fine.
Yes, yes.
We'll manage.
We will. And the teachers know that. We know there's things that might not be accessible to everyone, and we will work with you. So there might be a lesson that asks for something crazy that no one would normally have in their house and you don't have to go buy out. Well, the teacher will supplement a lesson with that, and they'll be able to say, okay, we're not going to do that one. We're going to do this activity instead. But we will be providing on Tuesday everything you need, basic school supplies and things that you need to get you started. We'll have packets and information for you ready to roll for the first week. Maybe you're still waiting for the internet to get hooked up or you're waiting for the computer to come, and that's okay too. We'll have everything you need and we will get through this together. We'll rise up together. All right. Mrs. Doherty, were there any questions for us in the stream?
Nothing on Facebook. The only thing in YouTube was about finding out who the teacher is.
Perfect. So as I said, letters did go home and it specifically said your child's name. Now, if for some reason you registered later, maybe you just moved or just came into the district, or you submitted your paperwork to central registration and it wasn't uploaded to our roster prior to last week, you will not get a letter. But on Tuesday, we will be at school. So you can come safely with a mask to find out. We'll have grade level tables set up. Or you can call Ms. Gale in the office Tuesday just to verify. But if you just go to classroom.google.com with your child's username and password, you'll have an invite by Tuesday to their classroom, so you will know. But I think that's it for our overview. I know 5:05. I didn't know if I was going to be an hour or not. You know me, I can just talk and talk and talk. I appreciate your time, Mrs. Doherty, for joining us. And I meant to say this in the beginning. I should have said it, but I was so worried about making sure everything was streaming properly. Si hay familias que hablan español, hay una intérprete que va a grabar orientación después. So if there's any families that speak Spanish, we'll take care of it after. And si tienes preguntas, por favor, escribe las preguntas in el chat box. But Ms. Jazz and I will be saving this video and going back over an overview for our families that may need assistance with other languages. So I appreciate everyone joining us. I know this may have been a lot to take in, and it wasn't to make anyone panic. It was to ease your mind a little bit. We're going to take baby steps, and then we're going to, then we'll dive right in. But we will prepare your children and teach them how to use this platform appropriately. And again, open communication is important. Contact your teachers if there's a schedule conflict, if there's an issue with the computer, like we need to know so that we can work together so that your child gets the best education that we can provide them. So thank you so much, Mrs. Doherty. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing everyone on Tuesday.
Oh, I can't wait. So again, that was just a quick overview orientation of the expectations, but please reach out if you have any specific questions. Mrs. Doherty, thank you as always. And I can't.
Absolutely. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you. All right.